Hey everyone. Alright, so my sister, she had a very interesting topic about users and abusers. I have an actually pretty good example, and it's courtesy of a friend, but it reflects so much of what's happened in my life and what happens in a lot of people's lives. Sometimes they don't even recognize it. So let's say I'll use my life as an example. So much easier to base it. So come back from deployment. You're different. Things happen. You change. When you come back, you have a bit of a better understanding of not only the kind of life you want to live, but who you want in it. And it's sad to say there's a vast majority of people in your life aren't going to make the cut. Nothing against them, nothing against you. People change, people grow up. Sometimes they don't grow up together. That being said, you start noticing the users and the abusers, the ones that you're only ever good for them if you're doing something for them. So, out of the blue, or you think it's out of the blue, got a friend who's just going off on you, you know. You're not there for her anymore, you're not doing things with her anymore, you're not doing things for her anymore, but she keeps it vague. She's like, she'll straight up be very vague about it. You're just not the same. You changed. Nobody likes you anymore. So, start getting into details. Well, what do you mean? Well, you know, I asked you for help the other day and you weren't available. Or I asked you to come do this for me the other day and you couldn't do it. Okay, well, let's go back to the times where I asked you, hey, let's hang out tonight. We'll do some dinner, do some drinks. I'll pay. No, I'm busy. I've got something else planned. Okay. Next weekend. Same thing. Hey, let's go out tonight. Let's go watch a movie or something. My treat, blah, blah, blah. No, I've got plans. She never calls you, never texts, except to ask you for shit. They're always asking for shit. But when you need them, they're busy. They got something else to do. So it comes down to the time where you're like, I'm over this. I'm not going to do this anymore. Then all of a sudden, it's all your fault. You're the dirtbag. You're the tool bag. You've changed. You're not doing things for them anymore. They don't like the way you've become. Well, maybe you shouldn't be using them. Did you think about that? So, my question is, how many of y'all out there have actually stood up for yourselves when it comes to this? You know, everyone's got that one person in their life where you're just like, God, I wish it wasn't like that, you know. I wish you were as good a friend to me as you expect me to be to you. I want to be able to rely on you. I want to be able to count on you. But it only ever works when they need something. So what do? We're based in a society where confrontation is no longer acceptable. You can't tell someone they're wrong. You can't tell someone they're bad. You get a trophy just for participating. No, that's not how this works. We're surrounded by people who with a give me attitude. Okay, well, fine. You're not gonna give as much as you take. I don't want you in my life. So now I'm the bad guy because I'm conceited, or I'm being mean, or I'm not a good friend. You were never a good friend to begin with. Okay? Maybe you need to accept that. So, my circle of friends is pretty small. But you know what? I can call any of them right now, asking for some help. They're going to be there. They know they call me for some help, I'm going to be there. Not just when I need something, but when they need something. Even if it's just someone to talk to. I'm there. Just because you didn't make the cut, my circle of friends, doesn't make me the bad guy. What it does means I've grown the fuck up. And I've accepted the fact that 50% of y'all out there are not worth the oxygen you're using right now. You should carry around a potted plant. That way, for every useless piece of existence of your life, there's at least producing oxygen, taking out your carbon dioxide, and you're creating something beneficial to the earth instead of just taking. Okay? Just my opinion. Whether you like it or not, I don't really care. Why? Because I don't. That being said, you can't be mad at someone just because they're not letting you use them anymore. And when you do finally accept the fact you're being used, and you stop the abuse, they're not going to be some happy people. Why? They will never accept that it was their fault. Ever. Those that do, pretty rare. And they pick up their game and they're actually pretty good people. Most won't though. Because we're raised in a society where there's no blame. No blame and no repercussions for your actions. Okay? There's no culpability in this world anymore. So what do? How are you going to handle it? You know? When I started cutting people out of my life, when I started changing who I was, because I didn't like it, didn't like where I was going, didn't like what I'd become, didn't like what I saw, you know, at the end of the day, you gotta go home with your conscience. That's something you can't shut off. And I envy the people that can't. I really do. That existence that y'all might have, I envy the fact that you can shut it off. When I changed, I found out real quick who my real friends were and who the users and abusers were. Because my real friends were like, hey, welcome back, so glad, how you been, let's go hang out, let's go do this, let's go do that. And the haters, I don't like the way you've become, you've changed, you're never there anymore. But that's right, you were never there for me when I wanted to be friends, but I was always there for you when you needed something. I just wanted to hang out, have some drinks, get some movie, get some fun old times, see how you've been doing. You only needed me because, I don't know, you needed my truck to help you move. From one boyfriend's house to another boyfriend's house, to another boyfriend's house, to another boyfriend's house, to another boyfriend's house. You moved a lot. Okay? And that was the only time you ever called me. So, I guess, the point of this is, do you have what it takes to recognize the users and abusers in your life? And do you have what it takes to accept and handle the fallout? And man, some of them were pretty vicious to me when I started expecting from them what they expected from me, and if they weren't gonna go have these on it, I wasn't gonna have them in my life. It was pretty depressing there for a while, I'm not gonna lie, and I ended up with maybe a handful of friends. But fast forward a year and a half to where I'm at right now, and I've got the finest circle of friends I've ever had. I got some old friends that I've known for years. I know I could call at a drop of a dime, and they'd be, yeah, what's up? And I've got some really good new friends that would do the same. And they know that I'm there for them any time of day, it's midnight, doesn't matter. If I can help you, I'm gonna. And if I can't, I'm gonna find a way to help you. It's not easy though. So you need to sit down and you need to figure out if you're unhappy, you need to figure out why. And you gotta fix it. And there's always a way to fix it. You just gotta stop and think. Do you have what it takes?